Hello, my friends. Let's get back to our exploration of Bridge Masters beginner's hands. Now we will look into set B, first hand of set B. Let's see where that leads us. Three no trumps will be our contract, and this is an interesting situation. Let's do our routine of counting the tricks. That leaves us with four clubs and four diamonds. That's eight. And at least one spade. That's nine. No hearts. That's nine already. That's our goal, right? So what is the problem here? The problem, this is a meditation about greed, upon greed. You have nine tricks, and you have good chances of making at least one more, perhaps even two more. You have one possible extra trick with a spade finesse, if you play the queen and it wins right now, which is actually a little bit more than 50% because people tend to lead from their strong suits. So West is a little bit more likely to have the king of spades than to not have it. And if you don't win that trick with the queen of spades, you still have another possible trick with the king of hearts. If the ace of hearts is in the east, they can't prevent you from winning a trick with the king of hearts. But is it worth the risk? Because what can go wrong? That's what you should be asking yourself. If you play the queen of spades and you lose to the king, then if east returns a heart, and then you can lose, and the ace of hearts is offside. If the west has the ace of hearts, meaning you can't make any hard tricks, and that will leave you losing at very least these two tricks, and as well as any other hard tricks that they may have. So if West has four hearts, for instance, they will win all of them, and the king of spades is five. So considering that the goal here is to make our contract, Bridge Master is always looking for ways to punish us if we stray from the narrow path. That means that the proper play here is, and in real life also, of course, you don't risk jeopardizing your contract because of some overtricks. So you should win the ace, give up on the spade finesse, and then run your 8 minor suit tricks. I won't run them for you. This is a very simple board, but it's one that people have difficulty in getting it right, especially if they're accustomed to playing in match points tournaments. Because this would be the wrong play in a match point tournament. You don't want to make just your contract. You just want to make at least as much and hopefully more tricks than the people with your cards. And so in a match point tournament, you should try the spade finesse, because the losing case in which the king of spades is wrong and the ace of hearts is wrong and they can run hearts is very unlikely. But it's not unlikely enough for you to risk it if your hope is to make 9 tricks exactly. If you're playing in a NIM context, or if you're playing rubber bridge or any other method of scoring in which the overtrick is worth very little. The only one in which overtricks are worth a lot is match points. So keep that in mind. If you are used to playing match points, you should adapt to the circumstances. And sometimes the right play would be to risk your contract for overtricks. That's match points. And other times you will not be. It will not be wise to risk it for simple overtricks that are worth very little. Board number 2 leaves us in 4 spades. Let's look at dummy. That's an interesting board. Let's count winners and losers. We have 7 spade winners, right? And the ace of clubs, that's 8, and nothing else. And counting losers, we have 3 heart losers that are about to be cashed by the opponents, probably. They led hearts already. And 2 club losers. So things that do not look so good. We have only 8 tricks and 5 losers. and we need 10 tricks and only 3 losers. So what can save us here? Here you will be introduced to a concept that is very, very common, and but hasn't been explored in previous boards, which is what we call a ruffing finesse. When you do a regular finesse, the point of a finesse is trying to force an opponent that has a relevant honor to play before a higher honor. So if you're finessing against a king and you have ace queen, for instance, you want the opponent that has a king to be playing before the ace queen, so that if he plays a king, you can win his king with the ace, and if he plays slow, you can play the queen and then later win the ace. That's the general reasoning behind any finesse. And the ruffing finesse just extends this reasoning to trumps. So the relevant honor here is the ace of diamonds. And if the ace of diamonds is with east, you have a higher honor, so to speak, which is a trump that can prevent him from ever winning the ace of diamonds. So this is equivalent to a position in which you had, let's say, queen, jack, 10 in dummy, and ace and 2 small in hand. And then you would capture east's king by leading the queen, leading the jack. And if he ever played the king, you would win with the ace, and then all the other tricks would be yours. Here, the point is basically the same, but with trumps as the high honor rather than an honor in the suit. Of course, this maneuver can only be done in a trump contract. So they cash their 3 hard tricks. They'll switch to a club probably. Yes, here it is. We cannot duck because that would be our fourth trick lost. Now we go to dummy. We count our trumps. We had 11, 7, and 4. So they were either 1-1 or 2-0. Nobody showed out, so there are no further trumps left. Now we try to capture east's ace, since we are hoping that he has the ace. So if he doesn't have the ace, we are dead. But if he has the ace, he played the deuce. Now we'll be able to discard a club, supposing he has the ace. And here it is. Let's try it again. Repeating the same maneuver. Now he played the ace, and now we play our higher honor with just for style points, ruffing with an ace, then get back to dummy and discard our last club loser in the jack of diamonds. Or another way of looking at it, we won 2 diamonds as well as those other 8 tricks that we had counted at first. Let's see if we can do a quick analysis of this one. No, I think it's better to extend it till later. So this was the end of this video. See you in the next video.